We are at Albion Park on Saturday night. Short and sweet this program. Metro card, 8 races, and we kick off at 6:15 on Saturday night. This is Weekend Winners, proudly brought to you by 1Equine for the equine athlete, and we're looking forward to the card coming through on Saturday night. Not only locally, but we've got great Queensland interest as well at Menangle. The Garrard stable continue to race down there. Leap to Fame steps out in the Smokin' Up Sprint. RDB Mickey, the Queensland Oaks winner, she's chasing the Victoria Oaks, lining up in a heat of that series, and the Janitors chasing the Victoria Derby when he tackles a heat. So there's great interest right along the East Coast this Saturday night. But our job right here is to concentrate on finding a winner or two for Albion Park. In this edition of Weekend Winners, we're going to catch up with Nathan Dawson and Chloe Butler. Nathan Dawson jumps in the hot seat to join us. He's got a busy night on Saturday night and he's got some key drives and he's with us now. Nathan, appreciate the time.
Good to be on, Chris.
Keen to talk about this horse in the opening race. Was a heat seeker. 3 local runs, all at the mile, 3 victories. How do you rate this guy?
Yeah, he's an exciting horse. He's probably come by a little bit of a surprise what he's doing, but he's racing really well, and he seems to be getting a little bit better all the time.
Well, he's probably put the writing on the wall following that first up trial. He handled I Keep Smiling in that trial, and since then he's gone back to back to back with those mile victories. Last time out, how did he feel going through the line?
Yeah, good. He's quite a laid-back horse during the run. If nothing's up there near him, he's a bit hard to get going, but he was good to the line, and I think if there's something there with him, it'll be even better for him.
Do you think you'll find the front again here? Do you think Mac Assassin will oppose at any stage? How does it play out early?
Yeah, I'd like to think I'd get the front. I've got pretty good form there, but obviously the one horse has the speed to hold if he wants. But ideally, I'd like to be in front and running another big mile.
Okay, if he finds front, it's almost impossible for anything to beat him given his form.
Yeah, it's going to take a good horse to beat him, and especially if he gets the front and he rolls at that good tempo. So hopefully we can get there, and fingers crossed.
How far can he go? Are we looking at summer carnival features with Was a Heat Seeker? What are we thinking?
Oh, we'll take it, each week at a time, but obviously, it looks like he's going to be a nice horse, and we'll really tell when he probably gets up in grade a little bit, and see how he handles that.
Is he just a miler, or can he run a trip?
I think he can run a trip, but I like to keep him back at the mile and run a solid mile.
Okay, well that's a key drive there in that first race. He's looked really impressive so far. What about in race 2? You're down to drive Boots Electric. Did you have the choice here?
Yeah, I did. I elected with Boots. Sean's been good to me, and I try and stick with him whenever I can.
Okay. Now, he's a little up and down at the moment, Boots Electric. What are we hoping for here on the weekend?
Yeah, he trialled good the other day, and did everything right. So, if he does that again, with a good draw, he'll take some beating.
This race will generate tempo. Is that what you're hoping for?
Yeah, that's going to be ideal for us. So, we'll come out strong and then pick what we're going to let go and, go from there. All
right. You drove Brados Lad last week against Leap to Fame. He was mighty running that placing behind Leap to Fame.
Yeah, he's super, he's a nice horse and he can prove, what he's done. So he's probably the one that I'll be looking for, but, I just have to see what happens early.
All right. Well, that's Boots Electric in race 2. What about in race 3? Mickey B. Quick. Now, he's probably giving away a little bit of class against some of his rivals here, but he's going particularly well, this horse, for mine.
Yeah, he is. He's going well, and he's a little bit of a quirky horse, but, if the right horse comes Saturday night, he's going to take some beating, especially over the 21.
Does he lack gate speed?
Yeah, probably not his best asset. As I said, he's a little bit quirky, and, he wanders a little bit, at times. So, if we can get out well and get a forward spot, that's going to be good for us.
The trip's going to suit him. The longer the better, it appears, for this guy.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think the 21s are good for him. So, if we can get a nice forward spot, that'll be good.
All right. Well, that's Mickey B. Quick. What about in race 4, the Mayor's Open, Chinchilla? Did she blow your hair back last time out, or is she just doing what you're expecting her to do right now?
Yeah, she's an exciting horse, it's quite enjoyable driving her, and she's always getting better. So, hopefully we get a good trip again Saturday night and she can do the same again.
Okay. How fast do you think she could go at Albion Park?
I think a high speed is probably the best asset to her. But she's running these tremendous miles, and doing it herself. So, if there was something to get a good trip, I reckon she could go close to the 150.
All right. Is she the polar opposite of Uptown Beach Girl? She was really strong, and that was her forte. That was her best asset. She could really get into a dogfight and scrap with the best of them, where this mare, you mentioned, she's got high speed. So are they polar opposites?
Yeah, they are, but, when I first got on this mare, I thought she was just all speed, but, as I said, she's still got some bottom there as well. So, she's probably got a little bit more speed to, take it a little further than Uptown Beach Girl.
Okay, well, that's Chinchilla in race 4. What about race 5? This is a handy mare, and you've got a very good association with this mare, Bronski Delight. Is this her race on Saturday night? Gate 1, it's a mile.
Yeah, she's racing well, whether it's her best or not, what she's going at the moment. But, ideally I probably wouldn't want Shane's, drive on my back, but I'd probably be holding up and just hoping I got enough speed late to hold out.
Okay. Were you disappointed with her last time out?
Oh, I wouldn't say disappointed. I would have liked to think she could have won, but she wasn't far away. So, hopefully a little better this week and we can go all the way.
All right. So if you're in front and Talk Like Motion's right on your back and it's a sprint home, you can hold off Talk Like Motion?
Oh, I'd like to think so, but, she's a quality mare with good speed, so it's going to be hard to hold her out.
Okay, well, that's a good little battle there. What about race 6, the 3-year-old, Montgomery Burns? What's your impression of this guy?
Yeah, it's the first time having a steer on him, but he looks nice enough. So, it's probably not the hardest 3-year-old race of a Saturday night, so hopefully he can do something there.
Okay. Tough ask, though, from the draw, gate 7.
Yeah, it is. It's the downfall, but, as I said, I don't think it's the strongest 3-year-old, and hopefully I can give him a good trip and, see what he can do.
Main dangers here, Chicago Bart Shard's Matrix?
I think so. They've got good form and racing well, so, they've got the gates inside us and, they probably have the options.
All right. Race 7, this is the trot. The switcheroo here with Adele and Love Gun. You're now with Love Gun and Chloe goes to Adele. What happens here?
Hopefully we both trot. They're funny horses. I haven't had a lot to do with Love Gun, but given him a couple of trials and he's done everything right. So, fingers crossed we can do the same again Saturday.
All right. That most recent trial he was able to win. So were you pleased with the way he went about it that day?
Yeah, I was. There's no doubting his ability. He's obviously got plenty of that. But as I said, he can do things wrong. So, hopefully he's got his best foot forward for Saturday night.
All right, 30 metres and it's 2,138 metres. And all of these trotters are in really good form. It's not easy, is it?
No, not at all. As I said, hopefully we can get away and, make up some good ground and then produce him late when we need to.
Okay, well, that's Love Gun. The last race, Nyota. This is the mare's qualifying pace. She's getting better each and every time she goes around. Is this winnable for her on the weekend?
Yeah, I think it is. She's racing well, probably off trips that aren't really suiting her. So she's going well, and hopefully I can give her a good trip, and we can get the chockies for Franco because he's having a bit of a dry spell at the moment.
Okay. You'd be copying that, Will, as I'm tipping. 2,138 metres. Is that more to her advantage compared to some of her rivals here?
Yeah, she's got toughness about her, and probably not blessed with high speed, so I think it's suits me more than it probably suits some of the others. Okay,
well, that's Nyota in the last race. It's a full book for you there on Saturday night. Which one stands out?
I think race 1 was a heat seeker. As I think I like him, and I want to see what he can do.
All right, so that's race 1, number 2. Hopefully you can bookend this card. So was a heat seeker race 1, and for Franco in the last, we can send him home with a smile on his face.
No, that's right. That'll be ideal. It's better than winning a big race, winning one for Franco.
Yeah, too right. Appreciate the time. We'll see you trackside.
Thanks, mate.
Chloe Butler now joins us to go through her drives on Saturday night, an 8-race program. Chloe, appreciate the time.
Thanks for having me, Chris.
You start in race 2. The stable's got the 2 runners. Brados Lad, who's drawn 7. Danger Zone, who's got the outside of the second row. So did you have a choice here, or were you always driving Danger Zone?
Oh, not really. I sort of nominated with Nathan on Brados Lad and I was on Danger Zone, and when Nathan told me he wasn't driving him, I didn't really want to get off Danger Zone and swap it around, so yeah, I just stuck with the stable star.
Both have been struck down by bad gates here. They're not easy, are they? Gate 7 outside of the front row, outside of the second row for you here.
No, definitely not. But yeah, I'm sure they'll be right in it.
Okay, this race looks like it's going to generate good pressure. It's a high quality race. Danger Zone, are you guys happy with the way he's returned to Brisbane racing?
Most definitely, we're really happy with him. He's really stepped up and gone to a whole new level, we believe. So last week, he's never been the toughest horse, and once he was stuck parked out last week, it was always going to be a bit hard for him.
Well, most importantly, how's he come out of that race? How's he trained this week after a tough run last week?
Yeah, no, he's actually really good. We wouldn't have raced him otherwise if we weren't that happy with him, but we're really happy with how he come through last week.
All right, so in many ways, this barrier draw might be okay because you're not going to get the type of trip that you got last week. So if he's close enough, he can be good enough?
Yeah, I believe so. I think there's a couple off the back row with me that could cart me up in the race and get us into the race, so hopefully that happens.
Just going back to the fact that he's back in Brisbane, been really good since he's been here all the way through his career. Feature race winner as a 2-year-old, a big leap to fame in the Changeover Classic, placed in a heap of Group 1 features. Just looking at his sectionals since he's been back racing here, he's been really consistent with the numbers that he's been able to record.
He really has been. Second up, I think it was, we were disappointed, but we went back and looked at his sectionals and we really couldn't have been disappointed in him. You know, we were really happy with him.
All right, well, he just needs that little bit of luck. Brados lad, he was third last week behind Leap to Fame. He was terrific given, you know, the time that he set up out in front.
He was super. Nathan was giving me heart failure watching the race, but no, he was super and he battled on like he always does and we couldn't be happier with him.
Has he been a surprise pack for the stable?
We always knew he's gone good, but yeah, to come out and go 49.5 like he did was a bit of a shock, but we always know he's gone good, but yeah.
All right. Well, both horses certainly have good chances there. What about in race 3? Here's another difficult draw. You've got the outside of the front row here with Don Arthur, but he's going well.
Yeah, he's fine. He does a couple of things wrong every now and again, but no, he's actually going really well.
All right. That last start run, that was a lot better to see. He disappointed there 2 starts ago, but last week he was hitting the line well. Numbers were strong.
Yeah, he went good. He does something a bit wrong every now and again, like I said, and for some reason he knew he got a good trip the week before that and threw it all in the bins. But yeah, I think with the right trip and card into the race, he'll be right in finish.
Okay, I was going to ask you about the tactics. Is it clear cut you're going back? It looks super open, this race. Hard to sort of pick one over another runner here. How do you sort of assess this opposition?
Yeah, I think it's pretty even, but if you have to use him too much, he sort of weakens that last little bit. He's all right if you can use him a little bit and get a spot and everything, but I think from out there we're going to have to go back and hope for some luck.
All right. Race 4, this race is the Mayor's Open. I'm sure she's one of your favourites. Better Romance. She lands gate 3 here. She's got blistering early speed. How do you assess that gate speed to your inside, though?
Yeah, she's got a lot of gate speed inside of her. I think, you know, she's a bit weak, but if we can slot across with the 2 and get a good spot, she'll be right in the finish, but we'll just have to play it up and see how it goes at the start.
Chinchilla's low flying, arguably probably the best mare racing in Queensland right now. Is she clearly on top here?
Yeah, most definitely. She's a really nice mare and I think we'll all be chasing her.
All right. Just with Better Romance, though, she's been awesome since finding her way here to your stable. Very rarely you don't see her earn a check, and there's every chance that she could easily run top 4 again here with a little bit of luck.
Yeah, exactly right. She's one of those horses that earns her way every week and the owners absolutely adore her. So, yeah, she's definitely one of our favourites.
Her gate speed's her best weapon, isn't it?
Most definitely, because she's always dangerous when she gets a nice spot behind the leader.
All right. This other race, this last race that you're driving in on Saturday night, I'm curious about this race. This is the Trot. Now, Love Gun, I think you've got a love affair with Love Gun, but you've dropped him, and now you're with Adele. What's the go here with the driving setup?
Yeah, Dad was talking to the owner a bit and yeah, we decided to give another driver a go. It wasn't really working out for me and him as much as I love him. So Nathan's changed a bit of gear on him and played around with him in a couple trials. So hopefully, fingers crossed, he brings his A game.
All right, so were you left heartbroken?
A little bit because I was starting to like him, but he's also annoying me a little bit, but yeah.
All right, so Adele, now she's got a few little quirks, as we know. You've driven her many times previously. Can you get the best out of her on Saturday night?
I hope so. I want to prove Nathan wrong, but hopefully I can beat him.
All right.
But yeah, hopefully, yeah, she should be right with the right trip, I suppose.
Okay, 20 metres, and if she gets away cleanly, you know, not that bad. It is over 2,138, but she's well up to beating this field.
Yeah, most definitely. If she brings her A game, you know, we're really happy with her. And yeah, she very rarely out of top 3. So, yeah, she'll definitely earn a check.
It's a very competitive field, though. A lot of these trotters are in really good form.
Yeah, that's it. It's very even field, and a different one gets up each week, and yeah, it makes it competitive.
Okay. Final question about this trot race. If we could only back one, are we backing Adele or Love Gun?
I'd say Adele.
Okay. That's all we need. That's all we need. Which drive are you most looking forward to on the weekend?
I want to say Adele, but I don't want to put the mock on her, so I might have to say Danger Zone.
We'll take the tip with Danger Zone. Race 2, number 11. Hey, Chloe, as always, really appreciate the time. Best of luck on the weekend. We'll see you trackside.
Thanks, Chris.
A big thanks to both of our drivers, Nathan Dawson and Chloe Butler. We wish them all the very best there on Saturday night. It's time now to find a winner or two for this meeting, and I think it's quite tricky. Although it's only an 8-race program, it looks fairly difficult. There are a few obvious ones that are going to be short and really short, so you may want to look at a multi-option there. But I think the best bet, off what he delivered last week, if he can settle a little bit more, I think Brados Lad can take this race, dropping back to the band 4, band 2 after setting up that speed last week and then being overpowered by the best pacer going around and Leap to Fame. This looks a suitable assignment. Nathan Dawson picking off. Adam Richardson gets a great opportunity here, so if he can settle, he looks very hard to beat. Happy to go with him. Race 2, number 7, Brados Lab. But as I said, it looks fairly tough on paper. There are a few short ones. Maybe the multi-action is the best way to go. If you are gambling this weekend, please do so responsibly. We'll see you at Albion Park Saturday night. Our first race getting underway just after 6 o'clock.